One of the many ministries that we offer at All Saints, that we share at All Saints, is practicing prayer, exploring and expanding our friendship with God. Practicing prayer is based on the scripture in Matthew. When you pray, go to your private room, and when you have shut your door, pray to your Father who is in that secret place, and your Father, who sees all that is done in secret, will reward you. Practicing prayer is a meeting for those interested in deepening their friendship with God. We practice silent prayer and explore contemplative traditions and practices grounded in our earliest Christian history, as well as those in other religions. These are collectively known as wisdom practices and are common to the inner spiritual life of many religions. They provide a lived experience, a journey undertaken to open to God's presence within, to inner transformation, to move beyond duality into consciousness of unity. We begin each meeting with 20 minutes of silent prayer and then explore one of the many contemplative traditions by study and practice. We have read together a number of books, including Richard Rohr's The Universal Christ, Paul Nitter's Without Buddha, I Could Not Be a Christian, and Cynthia Bourgeau's The Holy Trinity. Sometimes we agree with these ideas, sometimes disagree, and sometimes agree to disagree. Recently, we have been exploring poetry from the heart, using 3 steps of Lectio Divina with silence and brief discussion. We have just begun exploring the Lord's Prayer in this way, line by line, with insights from the Aramaic as translated by the scholar Neil Douglas Klotz. We meet via Zoom on Sunday afternoons from 5 to 6. All are welcome. It helps to have developed a comfort with silence and a still mind, but a formal practice of centering prayer or other form of silent prayer or meditation isn't necessary. Please contact me if you have questions or would like to receive a Zoom link. Ours is a small church, and we all must surely have the experience of wondering how we can make a difference in these troubled times that may remind us of the verses in Matthew, sometimes called the Sermon on the End. If you could use a little touch of hope, I invite you to look again at the word clouds on the bulletin board in Shoemaker, created from our answers to the parish survey we completed a few months ago. These stand as statements of how we see ourselves fulfilling God's work in the world and of where we are hoping to go. Our past and our future is built of God's love working through the time, talent, and treasure we offer to the work that has been given us to do. Now is the time for each of us to consider our time, talent, and treasure given through God's love and how to offer it for his work in the world. I'd like to end with a reading from Paul's letter to the Ephesians, which speaks to the inner life found in silence. This then is what I pray, kneeling before the Father, from whom every family, whether spiritual or natural, takes its name. Out of his infinite glory, may he give you the power through his Spirit for your hidden self to grow strong, so that Christ may live in your hearts through faith, and then, planted in love and built on love, you will, with all the saints, have the strength to grasp the breadth and length, the height and depth, until knowing the love of Christ, which is beyond all knowledge, you are filled with the utter fullness of God. This we are called to share.